Alright guys, we're going to be working on page 104. So let's go ahead, take a look at problem number 1. Jackson had 5/6 of a yard of ribbon. He used 2/6 of a yard to decorate a present. How many yards of ribbon did he have left? So first we have 5/6, then we use 2/3. So how many yards are left? Well, we start with 5/6, and we take out 2/6. That gives us yards. What's left over? And luckily we have a common denominator, so all we're going to do is subtract the numerators. 5 minus 2 is 3 over 6. The denominator stays the same. We'll have 3/6 of a yard. Now let's move on to number 2. On number 2, we're just solving A and B. So I have 474 multiplied by 4. If I were to estimate this could be 500, this could be 4. I'll know my answer needs to be close to 2,000. What's 4 times 4? Could use my multiplication chart to help me if I need to, the inside cover of my book. I know 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 7 is 28. Now I have this 1 up here that I want to add to the 28 to make 29. And then I want to regroup this 2. 4 times 4 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. 1,896. That's pretty close to that 2,000 that we were estimating. This problem looks very similar, except for instead of multiplying by 4, we're going to multiply by 8. So my answer is going to be about double. So my estimate is my answer is going to be about double this, so about 3,600 in that area. Or if I were to say, by estimating using numbers that are easy to do in my head, 500 times 8 is about 4,000. Now let's go ahead and solve 8 times 4. I use my multiplication chart to help me if I get stuck. But 8 times 4 is 32. 2 goes here. 3 here. 8 times 7 is 56. Plus 3 is 59. 5 here. I use the 3, so cross it off. And then 5 here. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 5 is 37. So really close to that estimate of 4,000, or really close to the estimate of doubling of 3,600. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at number 3. Look at each number sentence and choose if it's true or false. 16 minus parentheses 3 plus 5 parentheses equals 18. Well, 3 plus 5 is 8. Well, 16 minus 8, I don't even have to do that. It's not 18 because I'm starting with 16. And if I take away 8, it's definitely going to be less than 18. Okay. Now, next one, I need to get to 30. 4 plus 2 is 6, because I want to do what's in parentheses first. And 6 times 5 equals 30, so that one is true. 100 divided by parentheses, 25 plus 25 plus 5 equals 7. Alright, so let's do what's in the parentheses first. 25 plus 25 is 50. And I always like to rewrite, so I make sure I'm doing this correct as I go. 100 divided by 50. I know that's 2 because 2 times 50 is 100. And then 2 plus 5 is 7. So that one does ring true. I have brackets. Parentheses 40 minus 4 divided by 6 plus 8 equals 18. 40 minus 4 is 36. And then I'm going to rewrite. 36 divided by 6. Gotta think about it. 6 times what is 36? That's 6 and 6 plus 8 is 14, so another true sentence. Use the fractions listed, fill in the, sorry, number 4. Use the fractions listed and fill in the blanks to make the number sentences true. I need to get half plus something to be less than 2. Well, half plus 1/10 is less than, Harper, you need to wait. Half plus 1/10 is going to be less than 2. Half plus 1 and a 4 is going to be less than 2. And half plus 1/8 is going to be less than 2. So A really could be any of these, so I'm going to skip that one. Now I'm going to come on over. 2 minus 1/3, sorry, 2 and 1/3 minus something is bigger than 2. So if I have 1/10, that's a teeny tiny fraction, and I take that away, I'm still going to get something bigger than 2. I have 2 and 1/3, that's a teeny fraction, I'm still going to have something bigger than 2. So either of those would work here. Now let's look here. 4/5 plus what is less than 1? So 1/8 or 1/10. Well, if I think about common denominators, 4/5. If I have 4/5 times 2 over 2, I get 8/10. So if I substitute 8/10 for 4/5 plus 1/10, I get 9/10. So this one has to be 1/10. Then if I go back in time, I was trying to decide between 1/10 or 1/8. My answer is going to be 1/8 here. And then if I'm going back in time, 1 and a 4th plus half, that would be 1 3/4, which is still less than 2. Explain how you know the number sentences you wrote for problem 4B is true. Well, how do I know? I solved. But I can explain that 4 plus 2 equals 6 times 5 equals 30. And that was kind of my goal there. You couldn't see what I wrote. Okay? So we know it's true because we tried it out. All right, thank you for checking your work on page 104.